All right, guys. Welcome to another chest day here. Third week of the reverse diet. Going right into the chest fly pec deck here. Full stack with a 45-pound plate and a 25-pound plate on top of it. Gonna do this, and then I go down. I think a 45, the full stack with the 45, with a maybe a 10er on it. These pulses are great. And then we're gonna go into the cable cable chest press, which is just behind this. And then we're gonna go into a plate-loaded chest press because I couldn't get back to the pec deck machine. And that'll be it. And then we'll be in the posing room. Feeling great. The extra calories feel amazing. I'm still doing a lot of cardio. I'm still doing 30 to 40 minutes on the treadmill 4 times a week. At minimum 4 times a week on the treadmill. With about an hour and a half walk in the evening time, and that's every day still. My strength is absolutely shooting back up. I haven't done this much on the pec deck in a very long time, probably 2 months at least, and it felt great. On top of that, one thing I thought was interesting is that I'm starting to get the delayed onset muscle soreness, the DOMS. I'm starting to get that back, and probably in the past, like towards the 6 to 4 weeks end of the cutting phase, I was really not getting like that sore. This week, at the time of recording, what's today, Thursday, I've done back, chest, and a shoulder workout, and my back is sore and my chest is sore today. So that's really the first time I've been sore in a long time. That being said, one thing I wanted to talk about was that I do not believe, even though I try to train at maximum intensity with maximum load, I do not think that the feeling of muscle soreness necessitates or equates to some sort of gain, some sort of hypertrophic gain. I don't think you necessarily need. If you're not feeling it, that doesn't necessarily mean that you're not gaining muscle. So I don't think that that's a sign of like of being in a plateau, or it's just not the best indicator of your performance. Do I think do I think it's an attestation of, it can be, of muscle growth? Sure, but I don't think it necessarily equates to or is equivalent to, if I'm sore or extremely sore, then that means I'm going to be gaining more muscle or I'm going to increase muscle growth. I was just thinking about that this morning. Because this workout's quick. The chest workout I have is probably the quickest workout in my entire split. It's real quick. Though the warm-up takes the longest part. The warm-up, if you guys aren't warming up, you guys need to warm up properly. But it takes me like 20 minutes to warm up. Just because my shoulders and elbows have to be ready to work. And it just takes a long time to warm up. It takes me like 15, sometimes even 20 minutes to warm up. My chest workout is the quickest. I don't have very many exercises. Typically, I would only normally do 2 exercises. I just do this and then the chest press, like the cable, my little, these are great here, by the way. these static holds. Oh, crazy with these pulses at the top. Crazy. Normally I just switch back and forth between the Pec Deck, the fly machine, and my makeshift this, whatever you want to call this cable machine chest press. Normally I just flip back and forth between the two. And it just goes real quick. Again, I don't think you really need that much time in the gym if you're lifting heavy enough and going and taking your muscles to maximum intensity. So this is just gonna be a quick lift today. This week there's no streams. We're not gonna be streaming because Schmickus, Sheardas, Big Mikey, Big Mickum is out of town. He's not gonna be playing any video games. He's texting me right now. Hopefully next week we'll get the streams back going again. We are coming up on my month break, 4 to 6 week break from the gym. We'll see how that goes. I'm gonna continue to keep posting something. I don't know what. I need to figure that out. For what I've been reading lately, I've been absolutely hammering the Father Seraphim Rose's Genesis, Creation, and Early Man. The reprint that came out, I've had it like all summer. I've just been needing to read it, and I've been hammering that book. I've also been hammering On the Incarnation by Saint Athanasius. What else? What else do I have lined up? Man, I have so many things I gotta read and still need to read. But yeah, on the one thing I thought was crazy was the in Father Seraphim Rose's Genesis, Creation, and Early Man. One thing I thought was very interesting was Father Seraphim Rose talks about that the evolution, the modern theory of evolution, what is it, the higher literary critique, whatever it is, whatever school that is, it's not possible. It is not compatible with anything in this is what he is claiming. It is not compatible in any way with any sort or form of orthodoxy, which I thought was very interesting. Also in the same book, one thing I thought was also pretty cool, and I didn't even really think about it, in the Genesis creation story. I believe it's on the third day. Don't kill me if I'm saying anything heretical, but I believe it's on the third day. God created all of the plants and the grass and the life, the herbs. However, the sun was not created yet. And this is to show and to signify that it is not the sun that is giving life to the life on earth. It is God himself, the creator, that is the sustainer and giver of life to everything. If you're not paying close attention, you can just go right by that. And I just thought it was really interesting because I've never really thought about it that way in the creation story, about how in the beginning God said, "Let there be light." But he's not talking about the sun. The creation of the sun comes later, and the creation of the plants, the herbs, the life of the earth comes before the creation of the sun. And that is to show that God, the creator, the ultimate life giver, and the ultimate sustainer, is the sustainer and life of life on earth, and that we are to not worship the sun. So it is to safeguard us from worshiping the sun, which I thought was very interesting. And he also had some really cool icons that were in there that show this. That's one thing I definitely want to do, is read more books on iconography. I think you don't necessarily, I've been getting more into iconography because you don't need to be have a PhD in theology to understand the Orthodox theology. I think if you can read and look at icons, it contains all of the necessary theology that you need to know of the entirety of the church, which I think is unbelievable. So I got to read more into the icons. Here's the posing here. So that's my little rant for today. Just a quick little tidbit, quick update. Hope everyone's doing great out there. We're working towards our Mercedes diesel wagon. Dude, it's been real hot here in the South Bay. It's been crazy hot here in the South Bay. But make sure you guys are quitting your jobs. Make sure you guys are getting tan. And make sure you guys are eating Ray Peat style, the raw carrot salad. Make sure you guys are eating tons of fruit, getting the honey and raw milk in. See you guys on the flippity flop.